Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by. My name's FM18, and you're watching the Dafuge Challenge, episode 51, with Enfield Town FC. Well, if there was any proof required that I was bad at math, for some reason, I suspected that the Barrow game could be the one that really decided the season. As it turned out, after beating Maidstone United 4-1, we clinched the Vanarama, securing automatic promotion to League 2. And looking back at Barrow, I'm not quite sure why. Maybe the loss at Yeovil Town put it absolutely out of reach for them. But they essentially had a mini collapse at the end of the season and finished third in the league behind Wrexham. So, let's see what happened and how we got to where we are. Well, after securing our spot in the FA Trophy, we hosted Yeovil Town. And we had a pretty solid home crowd, just a little under 1,100 fans. Tom Ashton had a brace, 27th and 54th minute goals. Callan Semple had a 29th minute goal. Janai Gordon had a 44th minute goal. Which was good because Yeovil Town brought their A game. Kevin Clark had a 7th minute goal. Adam Lewis had a 13th minute goal. Deontay Miller had a 22nd minute goal. And it took an Oliver. And it took an Omar Sawunmi 72nd minute goal to tie the game up. We had a lot more shots than Yeovil Town. They were content to sit back and then hit us on the counter, and they hit us more than once. To their credit, the guys didn't give up. They kept at it. I thought Ashton had put the game away with his 54th minute goal, but as it turns out, Sawunmi's goal was well earned. They deserved it, and I was happy to come away with the tie. Since then, we didn't lose a game. Away at Dover Athletic, we won 4-2. Callan Semple with a 24th minute goal. Janai Gordon with the 52nd minute penalty kick. John Greenwood with a brace. Goals in the 67th and 85th minute. Dover Athletic got goals from Kyle Taylor and Kenny Solcon. This was a very run-and-gun sort of game. Dover had 25 shots, but only 9 on target. We had 19 shots, 14 on target. The Dover Athletic keeper Roberts earned his paycheck this game. And we would have scored probably 3 or 4 more if not for some really incredible saves on his part. After Dover Athletic, we hosted Maidstone United at home and won 4-1. John Greenwood with another goal. Oliver Skip with a 29th minute goal. Janai Gordon a 40th minute goal. Callum Ellesley final nail in the coffin in the 98th minute off a corner kick. Rob Ramshaw broke up the clean sheet in the 58th minute on a really good goal. This was a fairly even game. We had 14 shots, 9 on target. We had a huge possession advantage, but we really didn't make the most of it, I think. I mean, everybody had a really good game. As you can see, I think the lowest score is a 7-1. Well, a 6-6 by Hooper, but he came in as a sub in the 56th minute, rather. Maidstone United was just off the entire game. Yeah, they had 10 shots, 5 on target, but it really didn't seem like it. I saw maybe 1 or 2 highlights where they had a shot, and even then it was wide. Odo Lucy went out with a 15th minute injury, which I think really affected them. He's one of their better players. But, I mean, Ramshaw, who was his replacement, came on and got the goal for them. We were just better than them. I think at this point in the season, once we got out to that early lead, I mean, we were 2-0 up at 30 minutes in. They just sat back and tried to play defense, and they played it pretty poorly. But it was after this game that we got the notification that we had clinched the Vanarama. And once that happened, I decided to play all the way through to the FA Trophy final game, because it made no sense to do Barrow and then come back 3 weeks later to play Barrow again. So after beating Maidstone United 4-1, we went away to Morecambe and beat them 3-1. Lee Osmond had a 49th minute goal for Morecambe. John Greenwood had a first minute and 94th minute goals for us. Janai Gordon had a 77th minute goal. this was another game where we were just technically better than them. They had 10 shots, only 3 on target. We had 16 shots, 10 on target. Not a huge possession advantage. Again, the defense was really solid. Ellerslie had a 7-4. Semple had an 8-5. He has turned into a very, very good center back for us. Well, I mean, he was a very good center back before we got him, but he's really fit into the team. He's definitely part of the starting 3. But at the same time, I have no issues rotating any one of the back 3 off to bring on someone like Meekings or Wakely. Morecambe ruining the clean sheet kind of hurt, but McDonald had a 7-2 for the game. He was really good between the sticks. After Morecambe was the Barrow game. I was going to live comm last time. Good home crowd for this one. A little over 1,100 people in the stands. Really solid game for us. 15 shots, 9 on target. Barrow had 11 shots, 7 on target. Ashton with a 38th minute goal. Gordon with a 46th minute goal. Adam Cockbill got a 63rd minute goal playing midfield left. Billy Knott broke up the clean sheet with a 65th minute goal. I really kind of wanted the clean sheet, but Barrow earned it on that one. Greenwood had 2 more assists and a 9.0 for the game. Another player of the match. Semple again had an 8-1. This was what I think. This game is what I would say is a typical Enfield Town game for the season. We scored a lot of goals. Yeah, we let a goal in, but on the whole, we were a lot better offensively than we were defensively. But defensively, we were not bad. After Barrow, we were away at Newport County. And we had to earn this. James Wolfe put Newport on the board with an 8th minute goal. Oliver Skip equalized just before halftime in the 45th minute. And then it took a 75th minute Tom Ashton goal to put us over the top. The Newport keeper had a horrible game, a 5.9. We had 9 shots, 5 on target. Newport had 14 shots, 5 on target, a slight possession advantage. And this was really a tale of 2 halves. In the first half, we were just awful. And in the second half, we got better, not by huge leaps and bounds, but good enough to hold Newport County at bay. Semple again had a solid game, a 7-5. Skip had a solid game, a 7-8. Other than that, there's not really much to talk about. The last game of the season was an absolute barn burner. Away at Enfield, we won 7-4. Joe Grayson with a 2nd minute goal. John Greenwood with 4 goals. 31st, 47th, 51st, and 67th minutes. Gordon had an 85th minute goal. Tom Ashton had a 60th minute goal. Enfield tried. They tried really hard. This was one of those run and gun games. They had 25 shots, 11 on target. We had 20 shots, 13 on target. Possession was pretty equal for this sort of game with a lot of back and forth. They played a 4-5-1, which gave us some issues until we managed to figure it out in the second half. Keshi Howard had an 18th minute goal for Enfield. Bajrami had a 20th minute goal. Hardy had a 45th minute goal. Phillips had an 84th minute goal to kind of make the score look closer than it actually appeared. I don't think Enfield's ratings reflect how well they actually played. I mean, a 6-1, a 6-0, a 6-3, a 6-4, a 6-3. I think at the end of the day, we ended up being more match fit than them, and we were just technically better than them. We made the most of our shots, whereas they didn't. But they tried. They kept us on our toes, and we had a really solid game. Semple and Elston were the only 2 players who really did not perform well, and Elston just had a couple of stupid mistakes that made me take him off the half. And with that, we wrapped up the season in first place. 33 wins, 7 draws, 6 losses, a goal differential of plus 59, 106 points, which is a Vanarama record. Some player stats here, which are the aggregate totals. John Greenwood, 47 goals, highest rating 7.71, 43 assists. McDonald had the best pass completion. Greenwood had 10 players of the match. Gordon and Callum Ellerslie had 6 yellow cards. 152 goals scored is a Vanarama record. 93 goals allowed is a lot. yeah, it's not horrible. It's just horrible. 20th in the league, 39th, 39 yellow cards was 16th highest. We had 1 red card, which was the 18th highest. Our average attendance was 1,287, which I'm really liking. 17th highest in the league, but for a team that has come up from the lower leagues fairly quickly and just had the 1 stadium expansion, that's really good, I think. I'm hoping once we start playing in League 2, the crowds will get a little bit bigger. And to be honest with you, I'm not quite sure if there's a stadium size requirement for League 2. It's something I'm going to have to look out. But I think what I would like to do is get the FA Trophy game against Barrow out of the way, and then we'll do a little season review and check out some of the players and other things in depth. And then it will be on to the off season. Back in a bit. Today, we are at Wembley Stadium in London for the FA Trophy Final. We are the home team playing Barrow, and we are in our 3-4-3. McDonald in goal, Sunbelt, Ellesley, and Eldston as the defensive back 3. Grayson, Skip, Perry, and Allen as the midfield 4. Ashton, Gordon, and Greenwood up top as the strikers. On our bench, we have Hunt, Wakely, Benson, Hooper, and Nichols. Barrow is playing a 4-5-1 with Moore in goal, Puckett, Kane, Linwood, and Muhammad as the defensive back 4. Not Little, Kiersey, Reed, and Bradshaw as the midfield 5, with Nelson up top as the lone striker. On their bench, they have Riches, Reynolds, Musquay, Sutton, and O'Neill. So, Brian Allen is back. Zach Brown tore his knee up in one of our games and immediately went back to Millwall. I lucked out because Brian Allen's team that he was playing for on loan had ended their season, and I was able to get him back and bring him in on the right wing. He's not 100% match fit, but he's the best option I have right now. Wow, that went by quick. 21 minutes in. Simple to Grayson to Perry. Out to Allen, who kicks it towards Ashton, but it's kicked out by Muhammad. Little has it for Barrow. Out to Knott on the left, to Puckett, who sends it up to Nelson, to Little. Skip dispossesses Little, back to McDonald. Out to Semple, over to Eldston, up to Perry, to Allen, who kicks it forward. Ashton breaks through the line, and Moore with a nice save for Barrow. Grayson with the corner kick in, knocked out by Muhammad, but goes right to Gordon, a long shot, and Moore deflects it. Grayson again with the corner kick in, knocked away, Skip runs it down, and that is the end of the highlight. Well, that was annoying. Eldston with the throw in, knocked away, but it goes to Skip, and now Perry dispossesses the player who had it, but Little dispossesses Perry and knocks it forward. Nelson was kind of in the area, but Ellesley picks it up. Sends it up to Allen, but Puckett stepped in front of him. Perry gets the deflection and sends it over to Grayson. Grayson taps it forward. Ashton is there, crosses it in. Puckett knocks it away. Greenwood chases it down. Over to Perry in the center, to Skip, who taps up to Gordon, to Greenwood, and his shot is wide left. McDonald with the goal kick, out to Eldston, over to Perry, up to Allen, who sends it forward again. Can Ashton get there? He can, but it's knocked away, but it goes right to Gordon, and he slots it past Moore. Looks like it actually deflected off of Moore. Let's see that in the 3D. Oh, looks like Ashton was fouled almost. Oh, Moore made kind of a half-assed effort to get a hand down. Let's give the boys a little encouragement here. Greenwood is not having the best game, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because he's been probably the best player on the team this year. Halftime, 6 shots, 4 on target, decent possession advantage. Now moving right to left now. Ellerslie to Semple, to Grayson, who taps it forward kind of towards Ashton, but it goes too far. Well, almost 60 minutes in. Elston's on a yellow. You know what? Okay, here's what we're going to do. Meekings is going to come on for Elston. Hunt is going to come on for Greenwood, and Gordon is going to move over to the advanced forward position. And we'll save our last substitute. Moore with the goal kick. To Sutton. Oh, nice first touch by him. Over to Kiersey, to Nelson, and it goes too far. McDonald scoops it up. Out to Meekings. That was dangerous. Back to McDonald. Out to Meekings. Sends it up towards Allen. Taps it over to Gordon. Up to Hunt, who is dispossessed by Kiersey. And he sends a long pass up to Sutton. And his shot is wide left, but not a whole lot wide. 70 minutes. Meekings with the kick. Out to Ashton. Nice first touch, Tom. But he loses it. Muhammad kicks it up to Sutton. Playing keep away from Grayson. Moore. The long kick up towards O'Neill. Knocked away. Goes right to Perry. Allen. Well, his pass was kind of sort of towards Gordon, but Moore ends up with the ball on the back pass. Brings it out. Taps it forward towards O'Neill. Meekings knocks it away, but it goes right to Reed. Knott sends it up to Nelson, and his shot goes high. Perry picked up a yellow as well. Okay, after this. Nuts on a corner kick. We did not defend that at all. What happened there? Not Linwood. That was, I don't know that he could have had an easier chance. We're going to bring in Benson as the Carolero to replace Perry. Now, Allen's having a decent game, even though he's running a little ragged. I probably should have gone to the overload too. Son of a gun. We're going to extra time. Okay, boys. Let's get it done. Moving left to right. Oh, it looked like Lynn was going to lose control of the ball, and Ashton was right there. Knott with the kick to Sutton at the top of the box, and his kick is wide right. McDonald with the goal kick. Out to Semple. Up to Grayson. Sends it up. Ashton is there all alone. Well, his cross bounces off a Barrow player. Grayson recovers it. Benson centers it. Gordon is there off the post. And Moore picks it up. Oh, that chance goes begging. Hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt us. Muhammad with the kick up at Ellerslie knocks it away. Ellerslie again takes the ball away. But Knott has it for Barrow. Over to Reed. To Nelson. Back to Knott. To Kiersey. Over to Reed. To O'Neill, who's all alone. To Sutton. Oh, knocked away by Meekings, but it goes to Puckett. To O'Neill. And he powers it in past McDonald. 2-1 Barrow. We are going to go to the overload. I'm going to give the boys some encouragement. Now, Meekings tried clearing it, but his shot deflected, went right to Puckett, who crossed it over to O'Neill. McDonald tried. Defense did okay. Only Semple's having a 5-9 game. That's unlike him, especially after his end of the season performance. McDonald out to Semple. To Ellesley. Long ball forward towards Hunt. Nice first touch. Feeds Gordon. And Gordon equalizes. We're going to go back to standard. Well, Gordon may have gotten away with an offsides there. Reed with the kick to Puckett, to Nelson, to Kiersey. Wow, that was some really good ball movement by Barrow, and they scored just before the half in extra time. One touch, one touch, one touch. You know what? We are going to go back to the overload. Allen's at 51%. Probably get a message at some point saying Allen's collapsed. Semple, long pass, but Gordon gets held up by the Barrow defensive player. Allen dispossessed. Kiersey's off. He fouled Allen's second yellow card. We are a man up. Ellesley loses the ball. Nelson's there. To O'Neal. I'm going to come off the overload and just go straight attack. Puckett, Allen dispossesses him. Hunt, run it down, son. There you go. Cross it. Not what you needed to do. He had options in the center. Holy cow, Ashton's on 5-5. Come on, boys. Reed just went out injured. They're 2 men down. Meekings with the throw-in to Skip. Taps it in, and we equalize. 2 minutes left. Off. This goes to kicks. Nice header by Skip. This is going to go to penalty kicks, isn't it? Son of a gun. You know what? We're going to go 3D for this. Skip. And he slots it past. Well done. Knott steps in for Barrow. And he does the exact same thing. Grayson steps in. I'm sensing a theme here. Nelson steps up for Barrow. Benson steps up for Enfield. Oh, I thought the Barrow keeper had blocked that. Okay. Come on, McDonald, we need one save. Just one save. And that is not what I'm looking for. Gordon, he's the best penalty kick taker we have, and I totally just jinxed us, didn't I? Oh, nice shot, Janai. Come on, McDonald. Need a block. Just one block. Oh, that's not it. Tom Ashton steps in. Well done, Tom. Okay. I set up McDonald as our next goal kick, I set up McDonald as our next penalty kick taker. And after that, it's who's ever left, and it's a lot of 3s and 4s. Oh, this does not bode well. They didn't break away. O'Neal for Barrow. And he kicked it off the crossbar. Wow. And we win the FA trophy. Okay, well done, boys. Holy cow, Ashton had a 5-5. Allen was on a 7-5. He had a really good game. Semple on a 6-1. Boy, did we dodge a bullet. But Barrow definitely made us earn it. And we end the season with a double, winning the Vanarama National and the FA Trophy. And Ashton was the hero. He scored the last goal. O'Neill bounced his off the crossbar, and we won. £63,000 for winning the FA Trophy. That helps us a little bit finance-wise. We're in the black, but we ended up losing money overall, it looks like. Yeah, Barnstaple definitely overachieved until we absolutely spanked them. Shania Gordon, 9 goals in the FA Trophy. John Greenwood, 9 assists. Well done, boys. Some more records this season. The 9 assists by John Greenwood is a new FA Trophy record. The 4 Player of the Match awards by Janai Gordon is an FA Trophy record. I won Head Coach of the Year. Very nice. Brian Allen, Callan Elmsley, and Joe McDonald were selected to the best 11. Seems kind of odd, as Allen spent most of the season out on loan. Fryatt's still the keeper, but I suspect McDonald will replace him at one point in time. I think what's interesting is Fryatt, Ray, Green, Upton, and Moore all have retired as players, and O'Brien retired as well. End of season awards, John Greenwood, Player of the Season, which, given his performance, was expected. Goal of the season, Janai Gordon. Let's see. Maybe? I've got the match speed at normal there, but it didn't really strike me as a great goal. Signing of the season, definitely John Greenwood, £39,000 from MK Dons. Young Player of the Season, John Greenwood, 21 years old. How good was John Greenwood? This good. 43 appearances, 3 off the bench, 35 goals, 34 assists, 6 players of the match, 3 yellow cards for a 7.64 rating. Overall, in 54 appearances and 3 off the bench, 47 goals, 43 assists, 10 players of the match for a 7.68 rating overall. Trained him to avoid using his weaker foot this season. Does not dive into tackles, which is something I'm trying to figure out, because as a striker, I'm trying to figure out why he would try tackling anyways. But he's been a very good advanced forward for us. You know what? Let's check out the squad here. Actually, you know what? We need to sort by goals. So John Greenwood, 47 goals, 43 assists, 10 players of the match. Janai Gordon, 46 goals, 11 assists, 9 players of the match. Tom Ashton, still doing it. 40 goals, 24 assists, 7 players of the match. Joe Grayson had a solid season as the center midfielder. 7 goals, 10 assists, 3 players of the match. Oliver Skip came on, especially at the end of the season. 6 goals, 8 assists. Brian Allen in limited appearances here. 5 goals, 6 assists. Callum Ellesley as a defensive back. 5 goals, 5 assists, 2 players of the match. Keith Hunt, 4 goals and 5 assists in mostly appearances off the bench, but I think that bodes well for next season. He'll get a lot more first-team playing time. Callan Semple, 4 goals, 5 assists in 37 appearances. Michael Smith was okay off the bench, 4 goals, 2 assists on player of the match. he was doing okay until he tore his Achilles, I want to say. I think, if I sort by ability, we are set up fairly well for next season. Some of these players will be leaving. Some of them are going to be coming on. The one player I am bringing on for next season, the new Mike Smith, is Lee Engel. I signed him in the January transfer window, and for some reason, he's not joining the team until the 9th. He's currently in as a trainee, essentially. Striker, plays advanced midfielder left and right, can play kind of sort of midfielder to left if I need him to in a pinch, but if that happens, there's some stuff drastically wrong. 28 years old, 3.5 star current ability, 3.5 star potential ability, plays target man in the center, can also play poacher and a little bit of defensive forward. Decent physicals, really good mentals where they count, I think. Especially for this level of football. Good first touch. I don't know why some of these are still 1 to 3, 2, 4s and stuff like that. He's been on the team for almost 6 weeks now. You think the coaches would have sorted it out as he's been playing the under-18s. Six weeks of preseason, which gives the boys about 4 weeks of vacation before they come back. A lot of things are going to happen between now and then. Hopefully a few new faces coming in, a few faces going out, including some recognizable names, I think. All in all, a very, very successful season, especially after falling short last year. I set a goal, and we achieved it. And we achieved it with some panache and flair. Little touch and go there earlier in the season, but this is definitely going to be something that's going to be remembered for a long while, I think. Let's take a look here. We tied most points in the season. Forest Green also had 106. Set the record for most wins in a season. Still hold the record for highest scoring game, that 7-5 run and gun against Yeoviltown. John Greenwood set the record for most assists with 34. Lucas Green Birch still holds the highest average rating. Yeah, we're well on our way. Now, next up is League Two. It's a whole new ball game. Well, I'm not going to say this was unexpected, but Enfield Town Stadium is expanding by another 1,000 seats to meet the league requirements for League Two. £1.2 million. We're getting a £575,000 grant from the authorities. It's only going to take 3 months. North Stand will be closed during the renovation. Should be finished just as the season starts, I think. So right after I stopped recording to proceed into the off-season, we officially declared ourselves to be a professional team. I got a new 2-year contract, which was nice. I turned down a job interview from a couple of lower-tier Premier League teams. And the media predicted us to finish dead last and get relegated back to the Vanarama. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we have a solid team to at least avoid a relegation battle. I think mid-table would be really pushing it, and I'll be happy. I'll be really, really happy with a mid-table finish. If we avoid a relegation battle next year, I am all for that. We just do not have the finances or the facilities to compete, and frankly, we just don't have the reputation yet to bring in players who would push us to the top of the league. I think League Two is going to be a 3 or 4 year project. We'll see what happens. You never know. Could get a little lucky. Could also get a lot unlucky and end back up in the Vanarama. But this was a solid season to build on. It's a great foundation going forward, in addition to what we did last year when Bill Rickey essentially wiped the league with their performance. And we were this year's Bill Rickey. There's no two ways about it. We did well. I'm proud of the boys. And I think next year I will be equally proud of them as well, especially if we manage to avoid relegation. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave them down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name's FM18, and I thank you for watching.